Well, Talk is a comedy. It's a fairly black comedy, has to be said, but it is a comedy about the death of journalism in many ways, and the way journalism has changed into this new media. It's about the 24-hour news cycle. It's about the proliferation of websites, blogs. Everyone's a journalist now. And I think the irony of that situation is that what in fact has happened is that you just polarise opinion, almost the same as a talkback radio station. So the tagline for the play for me is social media is talkback with a bigger switchboard. It's set around John Bean, who is a sort of shock jock type person, mention no names, and he decides he has interfered in a court case. A man's been charged with sexual assault, part of the Premier's program on toughening up on sexual assaults. And he mentions this guy's previous record, and the case is aborted, and the police come to arrest him for contempt of court, and he locks himself in the studio and continues broadcasting. And then simultaneously we see the ABC radio news and the newsroom of the Daily Telegraph. And it's the way they all three respond to this situation, and the way it escalates and gets out of hand, and ultimately ends in a tragedy that is really of their doing, but as so often with the media, when they become the story rather than telling the story, they tend to abrogate responsibility and move on to the next thing. There is action, there is a plot, and it does follow. It's almost a thriller in some regards, because you want to find out what's happened. Did the guy do it? Didn't he do it? Who's going to be responsible? Who put this up to it? Where does the sort of, level of responsibility will Bean get away with it? What's the political involvement? So it's a political thriller as well. But it really is a play of conversations and ideas. So I think just the speed of it, and it's the mental agility of the characters that will keep the thing bubbling along.